United View, and Chris Cowlin from Spurs Chat. Okay, Owen, starting with you and Manchester United, less than a week after what was humiliation in the derby.
Had to mention that.
Sorry. How far could this evening go in getting what's been a difficult season back on track?
I mean, it's must-win. I feel like every game has been must-win for Manchester United recently. To have any chance of even competing for the top 4 spot, let alone getting it, we have to win tonight. I mean, you know, Arsenal certainly in the ascendancy for it. They're a point ahead. They've got several games in hand. And to have any chance to even be in that conversation for that 4th spot, we have to be not only winning every game, but also beating the people around us and hoping that they drop points. We can do 2 of those tonight by beating Spurs, who are around us, and making sure that they drop points. And then hopefully Arsenal can drop points too.
Chris from Spurs Chat, is this the ideal time to play a Manchester United side who are struggling a bit for confidence, or are you worried that you're going to see a big response from that derby defeat?
Well, unfortunately, both teams have been inconsistent, certainly in this calendar year of 2022. We went from losing to Wolves and Southampton to then going to beat the champions Manchester City, then lost to Burnley, beat Leeds, lost to Middlesbrough, then beat Everton. But we need to go in to this game today with full confidence and try and get the 3 points, because if Spurs want any chance of Champions League football or a decent European spot for next season, this is a must-win game.
Owen, there's been few reports, hasn't there, of unsettled United players that keep coming out. What have you made of it?
I think it just plays into the general uncertainty that's at Manchester United this season, isn't it? I think, you know, when it comes to players we know that are out of contract or considering leaving or maybe want to leave, not happy with playing time, whether it's who's the manager going to be next season, what's the coaching staff going to look like. We've also got a new chief executive as well. There's just general uncertainty, and I think that, like I said, it just plays into what's been a really difficult and inconsistent season for us. And it seems like every time that there's a bad result, something else comes out of that. And I think the only way to put it right and really sort of silence those reports is by winning games. And it has to start tonight. Otherwise, that 4th spot is going to look very far off.
Oh, I love Chris smirking over there in the other.
Look, you might not be smirking in a minute, guys, because I want to get your thoughts on the men in the dugout. Chris, I'll start with you, actually. What do you make of the job that Ralph Rangnick is doing at Manchester United?
To be honest, I don't see an awful lot of difference of him to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to be honest. And, you know, I just feel that, you know, watching that game last week against Manchester City, Manchester United just looked an absolute mess in that second half. And when you look at some of United's results, you know, 0-0 draw against Watford, draws against Southampton and Burnley. As I said, Spurs are inconsistent, have been this calendar year, but so have Manchester United. So, and of course, Manchester United are a huge club. They're very used to winning things. They're very used to winning trophies, and they just seem a long, long way away from that at the moment.
Owen, what are your thoughts? Will you be singing Ralphie Rangnick's Red Army on the terraces, or are you happy with that, the way it's going?
I think the thing with Ralph Rangnick is that I think there has been improvement. I think the statistics back that up. We are making more chances. We concede less goals, unlike last weekend, but we were conceding less goals. The results haven't been there, and there have been some really disappointing results. I think the frustration for him has been that in some of those games we've created so many chances, he can only do so much. You know, he's not the one putting the ball in the back of the net for the players, for the team. I think that you can look at it as to say, well, in the big games, like last weekend against Manchester City, what's the difference between when we play them at Old Trafford and when we play them at the Etihad? Not that much, certainly. Do I think he's going to be the manager probably at the end of the season? Probably not, but I think his value is probably off of the pitch as opposed to being on the touchline.
Now, Chris, we have seen some more strong comments from Antonio Conte in the build-up. He does love a strong comment, doesn't he? Now, he's challenged the club to match his ambition. Is he right to say this and say it now?
Absolutely. If you want a builder to build your house, give him the tools and he will build you the house. And give Antonio Conte the tools on the football pitch, he will bring you success. You know, this guy is a born winner. He has come in. Every single Spurs fan is absolutely delighted and excited about the appointment of Antonio Conte. He has made vast improvements. You know, of course, we've signed a couple of players in the January transfer window, but he has come to Spurs to win us a trophy, and trophies are way, way overdue at this club. Their last one, 2008, the League Cup. So Antonio Conte could have a statue outside Tottenham Hotspur if he brings us a trophy. And if you bring the players that he wants and backs him 100%, he will be very successful at this club.
I think he'd be good as a statue.
I take your point about that if you want someone to build your house and all that, but on the day of the build, when everyone's ready to go, and you start questioning whether your bricks were good enough.
The thing is, he's inherited this squad that clearly isn't good enough for top four. So if Tottenham get top four at the end of the season, he would have done a remarkable job. This would be a fantastic season to get us back into the Champions League, because of course, it wasn't long ago, 2019 we were in a Champions League final. We then went to Europa League. This season we were playing Europa Conference League football. There's a big difference. So if you back Antonio Conte in the right way in the summer, he can bring success to this football club.
Now, Owen, United were linked with Conte.
Yeah.
Do you rate what he's doing at Spurs, and would you have liked him at Old Trafford?
Great question.
I think a lot of Man United fans wanted him at Old Trafford. Like you said, there were certainly links there, and there were lots of reports and rumours floating around that he was interested as well. I think the general consensus was that maybe he was slightly too, what's the right word, abrasive for the Manchester United board, let's say. And we've seen that at Tottenham. He doesn't pull his punches when it comes to what he says. I think the irony is that neither really does Ralf Rangnick. Ralf Rangnick's very transparent in his press conferences and what he says. I would have loved him at Manchester United because, like we spoke about earlier...
You can't compare Rangnick to Conte. I mean, Conte is coming out and absolutely making these huge comments and slamming everything that's going on. Would you like that at Old Trafford? Do you think it's what the club needs right now? Is that what you need? It needs someone to fire it all up. It sounds like you want a bit of Conte there at Manchester United.
I think we would have liked some directness. Certainly when things aren't going well, you want things to be transparent. Certainly, I think we got a taste of it in terms of Jose when he was at Manchester United, and that didn't go very well, did it? That kind of backfired on him. So, look, the thing is with Conte, he wins things, right? And Manchester United haven't won something in a while, and that's our DNA. So, of course, we would have wanted him at Manchester United. Do we want someone to come out and call the things out that are going wrong at Manchester United? Absolutely. But it needs to be done on the pitch too.
Now, Chris, you talked about silverware and how big that would be for Conte. What about getting Spurs in the top four? Would that be a big achievement?
Absolutely. The summer, we took 70-odd days to find a manager. Nuno Espirito Santo come in. A lot of Spurs fans, a lot of pundits have written Tottenham Hotspur off of getting that Champions League spot. But this is the business end of the season right now. Antonio Conte needs to guide Spurs, and hopefully he will guide Spurs to that Champions League spot. I know there's a lot of work to do. We've got 12 games left. We play some big games. We've got Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United and West Ham. They're all above us at the moment. And these are the games that we do need to win. But Harry Kane is in superb form right now. And hopefully he will continue this form into tonight's game.
Enjoy the game, guys. I'm going big score draw for this one. I'm going to sit back and enjoy it. No pressure at all on me. Slightly more on you two tonight. So I hope you both enjoy it anyway.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Well, you can see...